Welcome back to the Haunted Carnival. Doing a sound check to welcome back Lady Heather and her monstrosities and curiosities. Can everyone hear us? Testing, testing.
Hi everyone, it is I, Lady Heather, and welcome back to my Midnight Carnival. Today we are going to head and we're going to be coloring Flitter. It's my crystal ball now. If you haven't had a chance to pick up the image, you can visit my colorofloveshop.com, grab her now, or if you're my Patreon members, you already have a chance to download her since last night as a special gift from me to you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start to color. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and we'll be right back with you. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, and once again, welcome and thank you for joining us. Let's get started. This is Flitter. It's my crystal ball now. She's a bat-like creature who is in the process of stealing a crystal ball. What I've done, and I've already started the background to cut down some time, and I'm going to give you a little demo on that. But we have our scratch piece of paper. These are some things you will need. I've traced her out on 2 different kinds of paper. The first one here that you can see the pencil line art only is done on Bristol. Okay, not as heavy as the Arches hot press watercolor paper, which I've already laid down on my glass. I've already stretched the paper more or less. Although this is 300-pound paper, I didn't have to stretch it down, but because of the amount of water that I used on the piece, I went ahead and I taped down the edges. Just used some artist tape or masking tape. If you do use masking tape, it has a tendency to rip your paper when you lift it off. I've laid down the tape about 1/4 inch all the way around, which will leave me with a nice white background, or a background, an edge, I should say, where you can go ahead and once you're done with your coloring or your artwork, you can use a piece of mat board and cover it up and no one will see it. What I've used for the background, and the reason why this was done beforehand, is it needed to dry. So I used something that I am really, really loving, my Caran d'Ache Neo Wax Colors number 2. This is a set of 84. You've heard me, for those of you who are on my Patreon, you've heard me talk about these, even do an example of a background or a tutorial with these. But these are beautiful. They're about the size of Crayola crayons. A beautiful, beautiful set. The colors are magnificent. They do come in smaller sets, even in limited edition sets. This was the autumn colors that they had. I believe it was it last year available or the year before? It was limited. Year before. It was a limited edition set. And it had like 6 or 7 different colors that are not in their grand set of 84. But let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the colors. I actually use like 6 different colors. They were all in shades of green except for the sepia and one of the kind of blue greens that I use. I don't remember the color offhand. I'll go ahead and list them down in the description below. But I'm going to go ahead and roughly show you how bad this is going to look from the get-go. Hang on a second. Just a little area here. I am going to show you with the exact colors that I used here.
Lady Heather, we need to make a shout out to Marianne and Carl and Judith and Davissa and Kitty and Vanessa and Glenda.
A shout out to all of you. Hi! Because I'm not going to remember that. You mean Rhodey's not in the house?
Ah!
See, I knew Rhodey would be back. Anyway, so what I've done is I actually, this is so much fun. This is actually like you're coloring in grade school with your crayons, and I'm only doing a small portion here. Okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do the Neocolor 2s smell like the Neocolor 1s?
I don't know. I don't have the Neocolor ones.
Well,
these Neocolor 2s are wax soluble. No, they smell like Crayola crayons. The Neocolors too.
That's what I meant.
I don't know about the Neocolor, the Neocolor ones. That's the Neocolor ones is definitely not water soluble. Only the 2s. And anyway, so I'm just sitting here, la la la, and I'm grabbing some greens, and I'm just, going around, and I'm scribbling this way, and I'm scribbling that way. And let me grab another one here. And it's looking really bad. Like I have no clue that I can even color. And then I'm going to come in with my sepia, which they had this in the gray section in the 84 tin. So I had to do a little hunting. But this is really, really cool. Okay, so I'm scribbling over here and I'm going to get the dark shadow. Now this is definitely on different kind of paper, and I haven't stretched the paper. Stretching the paper, if you use the Arches watercolor paper, it comes in a block. It is a little on the pricey end. I think it's what, $30-$40 on the block for like a 5x7 or 8x10.
Yeah.
It's kind of pricey. I don't have the block. I have individual sheets that are, attached on one side that you can rip off, and I think it was like 10 sheets for like $20. But anyway, you stretch the paper. If it's not heavy, I think this is like 110-pound paper. I would want to stretch it to hold down, and stretching it is just taping it off to hold down the paper so you avoid as many creases as possible. So now that I've done my little color, whatever you call it, chicken scratch basically, I'm going to scoot this on over a little bit so I'm not on that paper. I'm going to use this other paper here because I don't want it to kind of go through. I'm going to grab my water brush, and this is from Derwent. I have to say, out of all the water brushes I have, Derwent is the best. This little, like, travel size brush, or a short-handled brush, came in the metallic watercolor paint pen set. Really awesome stuff, too, by the way. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use that. Make sure you have some paper towels. And just like any brush. Okay. Go ahead. And now, if you all can see that, let me zoom on in here for a bit. Do you see how bad that coloring is? So this is a different kind of paper. So it's not going to be as crisp as what you see here on the original that I did. But anyway, now it doesn't look so bad. And you're just going to have fun. And now I've literally done a background. In watercolors, because this is what this is what this is. And let me make a note. These Neo colors 2 are not permanent when they dry. Unlike the Derwent Inktense, which you can do the same kind of thing I'm doing with, it's permanent when it dries. So you have a very limited window. Now once this dries, I can go ahead and come back and reapply color. Okay. Now how fun is that and how easy? Granted, now it's going to change a little bit when it dries. It's wet. Now if I wanted to, and let me show you something real quick. While it's wet, if I wanted to, I could come on in here and twist my paper. You can see it came up. Okay, maybe I want to throw in some more water here. You treat these just like watercolors. Maybe I want to smooth that out. And if you get a little bit, like on your curtains here in the drawing or somewhere in your drawing, and you can see I add a little too much water here and it left a little white mark, you can come back over once it dries. But anyway, this is the easy background that I created. Okay, try to move this out of the way. Right here on actual watercolor paper, hot press. Hot press means smoother paper. And I'm going to go ahead and tilt my camera up a bit. There you go. And you can see this. Now I've already come in today and I added some more darker edging to this because I want my background to sink further back than my curtains, and my little flitter bat is going to be up higher. Remember, clean off your brush before putting it away. Always dry it, even though it's a water brush. Let's see. Make a nice point back. See, I've restored back my brush, put the cap on very easily, store it standing upright or laying down. It doesn't matter. There is water, as you can see. in the brush, and voila, that's done. You can speed up the drying time if you want to proceed coloring using a blow dryer on low speed. But, you know, like I said, we just made an easy background. Remember, these are non-permanent when they dry, so you can reactivate them, unlike the Derwent Intense pencils. So I believe it was Marianne who won the set. I'm not sure with the shipping if she received hers or not yet. Lord only knows with the Postal Service now when, if she has. She may have already received them, I'm not sure. Give us a shout out if you have. You'll be able to do the same effect, Marianne, but let me tell you what, you have such a small amount of window, you know, to not to reactivate those, to maneuver your inks, and you can always apply as many layers on as you want. Now, I did the background to this piece, okay? Why? Number one, these are wax-soluble pens or crayons that I used. Once it's dry, I can go over this 1,000 times. I can even put Copics on top of this. It's taken, well, the easiest way I can say is it's taken the wax out of the pastel, the crayon, I guess you can say. With that being said, I still wouldn't recommend using Copics on top of it, you know, but you can. It's not like using Copics on top of a wax pencil where there's tons of wax buildup. Today I'm going to be using primarily, and I'm saying this primarily, Black Widow pencils. And a shout out to Albert. I need more purples, different shades of purples in this. I'm a purple nut.
Now, Marianne says she did receive them yesterday afternoon, and she wrote you on Patreon last night, but guess you haven't seen it yet. But yes, I got them, and they're amazing. And everybody else is commenting on how easy you make this look.
Oh, it's easy. You saw the chicken scratch, and I'm looking for another image. Hang on a second, because I like you to see it, and I don't know. Aha. Ooh, that's not good. For those of you who are on my Patreon, I think this was a tier 3. This was the same type of, this was the Caran d'Ache Neo Colors 2 on this. And you can see I've actually sketched in and left my lines. You know, these are some butterflies and they're flowers that are going to be draping down here. This is the same thing, and this is done on the Arches paper. You can see it did leave a little bit of the water. You can tell there's water on there, but primarily it's flat. Once I lay it down in books or mat it, it's going to be perfect. And you can see here, once again, look at my little edge all the way around there. That's where my artist tape was. So you've actually kind of framed your piece already. Throw some mat board on it when it's done, and voila. But look how easy that is. And it looked as scratchy as what you've seen, like a kindergartner went coloring. So it's really, really, really fun to use. Okay, so I gave Albert a shout out about adding more purples. And he could make a whole set of just box of purples for me. And Albert is from Black Widow Pencils, by the way. But we have my colors, and we're set to go. Let me move the camera up here. There we go. Okay, let's get started on Flitter, the main image here. I want to go ahead, and I have my scratch piece of paper here, and I have my line art. And for those of you who have the line art and downloaded it, I made an oopsie, and I don't encourage you to do this and change the drawing, but I will re-upload the image. But if you just take the pen and extend the line, that's your arm. And I missed that little piece. So I'll re-upload the image for those of you who are on Patreon, and in my store, if you purchase it, I'll get you out that little line. Otherwise, just draw in that little arm. Otherwise, yeah, don't change an artist artwork. At least not with mine, without my written consent, and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, so I've transferred the image on here. I don't know if I talked about that. Use a light pad, a light board. What is it? Light board, light pad, whatever.
Light board.
Use a window.
Convenient window.
Window works.
Sunshine's free.
You know, you stick the image on the window and lay the piece on top, and voila, you have the window light coming through the paper, and you can see it. And yeah, and it's nice to have some sun and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start coloring. If I can see here. How is everyone doing today? By the way.
Vanessa says she always needs more purples.
I know, right? I mean, purples rule. I'm going to go ahead and lay in. You're going to look at me and go, okay. A little bit of orange here. Did I say we were working on the back? Ooh, what is that? Uh-oh. Hold on. We have something on her face. Which brings me to well, rats. She has a mole or a beauty mark on her face now. I do not know what that is. I'll be darned.
See, even
Okay.
Glenda says more purples would be nice with some punch.
Yes. Okay, I am trying desperately to get this dot off here. I do not know what that is. This is too much. I have all these little dots. Which brings me to erasers. This is a kneaded eraser. You clean your kneaded eraser. It comes in a block like about this big by this big, like for $1.99, $2.99, somewhere in there. You clean it and you pull it and you stretch it. For those of you who don't have a kneaded eraser and have rubber cement, a little hint, when I was in college, one of my professors, Roman, one of my favorite art instructors, went ahead and had us purchase some rubber cement. And back in college, we had these beautiful white desks like this. And we had to lay down, well, not like the animators council that I'm working at, the easel. And he asked us to lay back our desk flat. He took a can of rubber cement, or we were told to bring a rubber cement, and he asked us to all pour it on the desk in one corner of the area at the beginning of class and let it sit. Now, rubber cement does have a smell, and I don't advise you to go ahead and do this, depending on the surface what you have. But anyway, we poured it out on the side. About an hour or so later, tested to see if it was dry. It was a little tacky. Perfect. It wasn't. It was pretty much dry, okay? For those of you who played with rubber cement, you'll understand this. We peeled it up, rolled it up into a ball, okay, which you can do with the kneaded eraser. Stretched it out. You can use that as an eraser. We all looked at him thinking, this is literally crazy. One of the best erasers is actually rubber cement.
Wow.
So anyway, that's a little bit of thing. But anyway, if you don't have that, a kneaded eraser works good, because what can you do? Besides use it as a stress relief and squeeze it and play it like a piece of bubble gum, you can go ahead and form it to get into, whoop, there we go, into nice little areas like you saw me doing with that. You can erase lines, you can dab stuff with it, you can do lots of little things, and so forth. So that is my recommendation there. I'm going to go ahead and use, I know I'm using my Prismacolor, not a Black Widow pencil here. I'm just going to go ahead and lay in some powder blue on her face.
Carl would like to know which college you attended.
Actually back Phoenix College.
Wow.
Many, many years ago. Okay. Don't like the beauty mark on the paper, but there's really nothing I can do.
Well, Marianne says that's her witchy vort.
That is what it is. Okay, so I'm searching for my pencils here. Okay, got a little bit of shading down. Okay, so we know that this is the crystal ball. It's going to be darker kind of in the center. Well, I should have made it a little more off. I'm going to go ahead and add a little darker up here, a little brighter, darker. Okay, that's just to give us an idea of where the majority of the glow is coming from. Going to go ahead and lay a rough layer, our first coat. Down onto her. Now this is pastel purple. This is really a beautiful color. This is from the Scorpion set. Am I in the camera? Yeah, I'm in the camera. Like I said, you can even use your colored pencils over the neocrayons once they're dry, if you accidentally go outside the lines, or if your neocrayons accidentally went onto your image. No big deal. Okay, so I'm just kind of laying in some color. As you notice, I didn't go directly to that edge, and I'm not going to the edge here closest to the ball either. And along her body here. Reason being, this is our primary light source. So you want to keep it kind of white on the closer to that ball. So we have a really bright lighting. You'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. Okay. And I want to go ahead and, like I said, just lay down some other color. Where am I? My pencils have run amok. Hang on a minute.
Can I help you find something, Lady Heather?
Nope. Got it. There they are. My desk is just a huge disaster area right now. Mercy Bella.
Now these animator consoles, these extra little shelves that you see in the picture, these were used to stack scenes for animation.
What picture?
When they see our Be Right Back.
Oh, okay.
These separate shelves were to stack scenes so that the artist could flip through them and look and see how his characters looked.
Yes. Okay, and I'm laying in some of this pink. Kind of go really soft here around this orb, or crystal ball, I should say it. And gonna go ahead and get a little bit of pink into her ears. And so on. Right now, it's just basically laying down color. Want to go ahead and come out here. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pan out a little bit. And I'm gonna add. I'm looking for a particular blue here. I'm going to go ahead and add this blue. This is from the Monarch set. This is Sky. Yep, it is definitely one of my go-tos. I'm adding a bit of this blue. And I'm just getting our base colors in here. This time I'm kind of back to my normal coloring, working on the overall piece, then coming on in so you can see different ways of coloring and so forth. Am I all in the picture? Is that a little bit better? Or is that too?
Let me have a look.
So you can
That's
see.
a little better. Yeah, yeah. You need to get a little more light on it. We're starting to get pixelation. There we go. That's better. Oh, worse. Better. There we go. Perfect.
All right. You can see there the blue and stuff that I used. Okay. And this is from the Monarch set. This is once again from the Black Widow pencils. This is their newer set. Their set of 48. Yes, 48. I think Linda was one of our winners for the set. And she picked Monarch pencils, I do believe.
I think that's right. Carl says they have not seen Rhodey. What a shame.
Oh, no.
And I let them know that I think he's on his way to see Mary Ann.
Yeah, that could be. Well, we don't know what happened since Rhodey was, attacked by a meteor. He could be running rampant.
He could be like Squirrel Godzilla making his way across the North Sea.
Yeah, see? So... Well, if something did happen to Rhodey since he was in bad shape, he'll just have to live on through my artwork. How's that?
Carl says as long as he doesn't come back there, they're happy.
Oh, aren't you going to miss the pine cones pieces being chucked at you as you go down your drive? The stories I've heard from Carl and Judith about the squirrel is just, I mean, it is funny, but it's not funny. Okay, so we're laying down a lot of pink and it's kind of all blending together, but have no fear. We're in the early stages. Where is I need my light skin set. I need my fairy floss. This is one of my go-tos. And I'm just going back over. Missed one little area here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh, I didn't. Yes, I did. Huh, don't mind me. I'm going to use my neocrayon. She got a bite out of her ear there, and there was a piece that I had missed. I'm not going to add water to that right now in order to get that done, so it's not dry, or so it's not wet. Oh, yeah.
Glenda says she loves some of the names of the Black Widow pencils.
Oh, yeah. That's why I really like the first set. I mean, Toadstool and Fang Green and...
The names, I always thought that they sounded like type of Harry Potter names.
Yes. Like the Harry Potter, jelly beans.
Oh no, we're not trying those again. Bleh. Oh no, Vanessa thinks Carl murdered poor Rodeo and has the evidence.
Vanessa.
Dun dun dun. Sounds like a case for Jones.
No, I might have to. Yeah, I have to hire the Detective Jones to. My detective to go investigate. That's it. Oh, Vanessa, that's good. Did you say Kitty was here too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Saw Intruder Lady earlier.
She's. And what was the show? What was Vanessa watching?
Warrior Nun.
Warrior Nun. I don't even remember
Sounds
seeing
like
that.
Sister Mary Ralph back at St. Joe's Hospital.
Huh?
You never met Sister Mary Ralph?
No.
She was a battle axe.
Jeez.
Da-dum-tsh.
Tom. Now, this little part here, I'm gonna. Okay, so it's going up. This is her. This is like her side of her. So make sure you follow the coloring lines. That's her leg, and that's her outfit. She got her leg twisted there. And here is her arm away from the light, darker away from the light.
And Kitty says, yes, she is here.
Yay! And Avissa.
And Davissa and Glenda and Mary Ann.
All right.
Vanessa.
A nice full house today. That definitely is not the color either I'm looking for. You can see what I'm doing when I pan out here.
Lady Heather, you have 12 viewers.
Yay! I am looking for a particular color. And of course, I can never find my colors. And I have them all laid out too. This is the thing. I have them all laid out. Nothing new. Aha! Ta-da! Grape. Found it. Well, see, they all have the black, this is Black Widow pencil, obviously. The black, no color coding. No, I don't like the color, the ends dipped in color. I like them mysterious like that. But when you're doing like live stream and hunting for something, this is purple. You see, it looks like it's all one thing. So you have to take your scratch piece of paper and do that, or read the thing and it says grape. So, but no, I wouldn't trade my Black Widow pencils for anything if they just left them as the black sticks, the black pencils. Does that make sense? I don't want to see the color in. They made them look like everyone else's pencils. Not trying to be mean. Just, I don't want to see. I want them like this. They were mysterious. Instead of...
Well, they become very fun.
Like this. No. I want them mysterious and dark, just, yeah. Coming in here, following the bones or the part of her wing. This really does look like I'm just a newbie at coloring today, doesn't it? There's a lot to this little girl. Darker away from the light. Or this little creature. Uh-oh. Creature.
No.
Andy Griffith. Creature. Creature.
I am not a creature.
Is it? No, I think it's creature.
No, creature.
Is it? How many of you have watched the Andy Griffith show?
Lee hee hee, it's Ernest T.
It's Ernest T. Ernest T. Bass. How do you do, Mrs. Wiley?
Now, Vanessa
really
says that it's a wonderful TV show, and You need to watch Lost Girl and tell her what you think.
I've seen the first few episodes of Lost Girl. I really liked it. Then there's something else that came on. I have to sit down and, I guess, binge whenever I have time. I have never have time to binge. I know. At 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. No, we were hooked on, what is it? Midnight Texas. And I got Divisa hooked on Midnight Texas now. Two seasons. They're like 10, 12 episodes, and they took it off. It was on NBC. Great supernatural show, not too scary. It wasn't the effects were brilliant.
West Texas is spooky enough without vampires.
Yeah, but they had an assassin and a medium, and it was great. And then a witch, and it went away.
Lady Heather, have you ever been to West Texas?
Give me a city.
Odessa.
No.
It's like the moon.
Drove
it's very
through.
flat.
Drove through Texas, going to New Orleans. Gonna add a little bit of this purple. I want to come down a little bit here. I'm keeping her bones or the cartilage to her wings. Is that the proper terminology here? So how many of you are actually coloring along with me, or are you just watching and learning first? That's a good question. Okay, this wing is kind of different. So you really don't see, you're going to see the top of it, but you're not going to see like how this one is coming around. You see the cartilage is coming down here. That's going to be like as we talk about the peaks and the valleys, okay? The darker is the valley and those are the peaks. So, yes. Did you have a question? Anyway, oh no, Midnight Texas was just purchased by Amazon. And they're running season 1 and season 2. So, there is a great possibility.
Oh, Jackie's here.
Hi, Jackie!
And Carl says that they are coloring along.
Yay!
Vanessa points out that bats have bones in their wings.
Are they bones?
They are bones.
Awesome. Well, those are the bones that are sticking out.
Them's the crunchy parts.
Oh. Have you ever seen the Bat movie? The Bats?
Yeah.
Isn't Lou Diamond in that?
Yeah.
I like him. I've never seen that movie.
Marianne says she's going to watch and learn and replay it later and try and make her own mistakes then.
Mistakes are what? What did Bob Ross say? Happy mistakes.
Happy little mistakes.
Everything was happy.
We're not going to turn them into birds, though.
Wait a minute. Bob Ross had a squirrel. He was a happy little squirrel, though.
He was a rescue squirrel.
Unlike Carl's.
I don't think he threw pine cones.
No. He lived in his pocket.
Jackie says she loves the green in the background.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, rarely do I go ahead and do the background first. I was looking at this going, I don't know. Okay, so we're now just kind of, since we've got our colors down, kind of anything away from the light is going to be darker. Whenever you're done with your coloring, I would love to see what little Flitter, your interpretations of Flitter is. I didn't want to make her...
Jackie says, sorry for butting in now, but please tell me which markers are you using?
These are just colored pencils. These were done with the Neo Color, Neo Crayons on number 2, and these are just all colored pencils. I'm not doing any marker on this at all.
And you blended out the Neo colors with a Derwent water pen.
Yes, yes. Best water pen. But anyway, as I was saying, I want to get back to speaking about that while I'm sitting here just fine-tuning stuff. Somebody had asked me more about I was thinking, what was it? I think it was Marianne. About colored pencils. And I'm going to go ahead, not colored pencils. I'm sitting here digging for a color, and I'm thinking what Marianne had messaged me. About pencils, no, erasers and pencil sharpeners. There I go. I've already talked about the kneaded eraser. Moo erasers, which I've only found at Hobby Lobby. This is what I use to draw. See? Professional erasers. Moo. This is what I use to erase my sketch lines. This is the least non-grabbing eraser I've ever seen on paper. Or for paper. There it is. It's just a block.
You can tell it's brand new because it's not all rounded over.
Yeah, this is usually what it turns into. This is a well-loved eraser, and it's on its last legs, pretty much. But I'll use it down to no more. But this is the new eraser. This is what I use for the paper. Any kind of paper. It even lifts up pastel. I have tons of those. You can see, I mean, I literally have like tons of new erasers and it picks up different, like, they look grubby. What else? Derwent battery operated eraser. A must have. One of my staples. Love this thing.
That wasn't terribly expensive either.
$16, I think, the price
Yeah.
point. I am looking for, do you know where my Tombow mono eraser is? Mercy ballerina. Okay. Aha. This is kind of cool. This is an eraser for those really super fine places. This is the Mono Zero from Tomboy. Or Tombow. There I go. But it works.
Beautifully. I use those on drafting.
I mean, look. I don't know if you can see that. Check that out. Not good, obviously, for big areas, but that works. I think the price point, what?
What is it, $6?
Oh yeah,
$5?
$6. This is the one.
They
Order
send us
from
an
Amazon,
empty bag.
an empty envelope, and then I write down Amazon and I say, here's a picture of the sealed envelope, and here is my eraser. There was no eraser, no Tombow, nothing in it. And so what do? They charged me again for $5 and sent me out another replacement. I'm like, seriously. Let's see. Whoop. My X-Acto knife has now stuck to my Prismacolor.
Kitty has the eraser.
There's something on that. Okay.
Ugh.
I don't know what that is. That means something's leaking in the drawer.
Great.
Yep. Anyway, Prismacolor Magic Rub. You can see for yourself. It's no. I have it there. Now it could be the paper. I don't want to. Could be the paper. What is this? Factus Black. They say, oh, this is just a premium color. Or premium eraser. Look at this. Watch it work now on this paper. Watch it do this. And I'm really gonna. Okay, not bad. But when you take the Tombow eraser,
That Tombow would be great for highlights.
oh, indeed. But anyway, that's about the erasers. Pencil sharpeners.
The jury's out on pencil sharpeners.
My X-Acto electric one is on its last leg. I have my Prismacolor handheld one. I even have a really cheap pencil sharpener here that sometimes works. Otherwise, it breaks off tips. Good old-fashioned one works. Razor blade works. And that brings me to the other thing about the Neocrayons. The Crayola box of crayons, like the 64 that's got the eraser in the back of them, works beautifully to sharpen your neocrayons number 2.
You mean the sharpener in the back of the
Yes.
box? Yes.
What did I say?
Eraser.
Oh, okay. It's one of those days, but you all know me, so I'm not worried about it. You know what I was saying.
They also say sandpaper.
I don't know if I would be hip on that.
That's coming from Korean Dash.
I know, but I don't know if I would make, 'cause I'm more worried about the dogs getting. You know what I'm saying? It's all that wax and the crayon. You're sitting there going
Well,
on the sandpaper.
Vanessa says the hand crank ones are the best. So if we found a Stettler hand crank, it'd
I
probably
have
work.
one of those. Oh, you mean the
old
old
school
fashioned
eraser,
crayon?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or school
no.
sharpener. See, I picked up from you.
Yeah, it's just, well, this is cyanide pink. And it's coming to life slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly.
Davissa says her favorite sharper is the Tagal.
Never heard of it.
I will have to look it up for you, Lady Heather.
Well, they have one. What is Crandash has one?
Yeah, 100 and what?
$189, I think, US dollars for a pencil sharpener. All right, but no. Huh.
Huh. Well, that Tagal is pretty cool and not very expensive. It looks like something Hello Kitty would make.
Oh, yeah, it's so cute. Okay. What is it, $5?
It's like $6-7. Kutsawa Stad.
Well, Davissa's the color pencil queen, so she's. Yeah, but the question is, does it work on Derwent size pencils? That is the question. Does Derwent sell? Yeah, Derwent sells an eraser or
Sharpener?
a sharpener. Yes, they do, but no, we've never.
Well, it's not too bad. It's a crank, and it
Really?
runs for less than $30.
Derwent?
Yes, hard to believe.
Well, then Derwent made it so it has to fit their pencils. They wouldn't be. One would tend to think they would adapt it to their pencils. No, I'm not going to pay $200 for a pencil sharpener. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's got even a pull-out drawer. I think the Crayon Dash even has that like pull-out drawer to it too, don't they?
I believe so.
Ow! I just stabbed my finger with a pencil. Ow! This is Tulip.
Wow, the Korean Dash is really the cat's meow, Lady Heather.
It's the red one, right?
Well, they have it in multiple colors, but it's...
See, it's only got one adjustment, so I don't know. After, I don't know, how many of you use Crayon Dash pencils, what have you?
Davissa doesn't have any Derwent pencils, and neither does Kitty.
Oh, they're that 4mm barrel. I need thick.
Kitty has a Faber-Castell sharpener, and she says it's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah. Carl says cyanide, maybe that's why Rhodey isn't around. He found it. Poor Rhodey. No, I found what we need to find for you, Lady Heather. It's on eBay. It's what we grew up with. The Boston KS Metal Sharpener.
Well, that was cool.
We always had them screwed to the wall in the classrooms.
I'm sorry, if I remember correctly, you're the one that always hogged the pencil sharpeners while we all stood in line waiting.
You could wait.
Yeah, I know.
Carl says the cat's meow. He didn't know I was his age. Well, Lady Heather's the cat's pajamas. So.
What is that?
The bee's knees.
I don't know. I'm not. With
I
the
thought you
kid.
were that old, Lady Heather.
No, I'm not that old.
Will you?
No. All right. Aha. So I'm going to go ahead and take my plum pudding. This is a Black Widow pencil. And this really has a lot of buildup, as you can see, of layers. Because you have these luscious bat wings on the inside. And you want to make sure they're shaded just right and they have that depth and richness to them. And so forth in her ears. I got a feeling my camera is moving. I see it swaying back and forth.
It's locked in pretty good, unless it's your head popping it.
No.
Bella.
Thank you, Bella.
Kitty says she had Caran d'Ache pencils when she was in college and believes she still has them somewhere in a box.
I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews lately on them, especially on those pastel pencils.
Fern Dyke is here.
Hi, Fern. Welcome. I guess we should go ahead and say, let's see. This week we are having a contest. It officially starts tomorrow when our promo. Oh, I'm go ahead and should we tell them
Why
what the
not?
theme is? It's an Egyptian mummy for next week.
Imhotep.
What?
Imhotep.
I'm not doing Imhotep.
No?
No. Close. But anyway, yes, we'll be going back. We'll be heading over to Egypt for what is it? An unearthing of a mummy in our promo. That'll debut tomorrow.
I heard he's pretty cool.
Is he? How old? At least 3,000
Ancient.
years? Yeah.
Ancient.
Yeah, our mummy will be coming to life. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, that is will air tomorrow. Now, for all those you listening, here are basically the contest rules, and we will reiterate them in the promo tomorrow and in the description of the promo when it's released. In order to win a prize that will be awarded next week, which is a set of 48 Ohuhu markers in a nice soft pouch, zippered pouch, and a $25 gift certificate to my store for their instant downloads and stuff. When you see the promo, we ask that you share the promo on Facebook. You can share it once I post it on Facebook. You can share it on Instagram. And for every place you share it, you can send me a message. Let me know where you shared it. Okay? And this is talking about the Egyptian promo that airs tomorrow. And it'll be later tomorrow night. For every place, like if you just share it on Instagram, okay, that's one entry. You share it on Instagram and Facebook, and then that's 2 entries. Now, remember, you gotta let me know where you share it, okay? Once you do that, your name will be entered into the drawing next week. We'll have a live drawing for those 2 prizes, and I may even throw in another 3rd surprise. Now, if you bring a friend to next week's episode, that is at 3 p.m. on Sunday. I don't know what's the exact date for next week. 3 p.m. next Sunday. If you bring a friend to the live stream, your name will get in the drawing 5 extra times.
That would be Sunday the 11th, Lady Heather.
Sunday the 11th, 3 p.m. Mark your calendars. Trust me, our unearthing will have some tremendous treasures. Anyway, so let's see. 5 times your name gets in for every friend that you bring in into the hopper to next week's show. Share it for every place you share it. An entry goes into the thing. Yeah, we're going to have another bigger prize. I'm going to leave that and we'll unearth it on Sunday what the big grand prize is for the one who brings the most friends to YouTube. How's that? I like that. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I do
And
too.
Marianne still has to find out how to share on Instagram. She's a technical newbie.
Oh, so am I. We'll get you there.
And they're digging the mummy idea.
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh, no. This is a washed purple. A really dull gray purple. But it's perfect for shading. And on my little bat wings. I'm really not too concerned about getting the curtains done in this live stream or the tablecloth. You've already seen when we did Scarecrow Boy how we've done the how I've done the curtains, so that's the most important part. I want to go ahead in here, and I want to get in some of this washed purple into her little eyes. She's got big eyes. And I'm using this more or less as kind of the undertone. We've talked about that when we did like our grayscale. A little bit of shading up underneath her hand. A little shading going on here and a little bit on her face.
Well, that's interesting. Vanessa said maybe Bastet, which is the Egyptian cat goddess.
Oh.
And Jackie says maybe Cleopatra is a mummy.
Lovely ideas.
Her tomb has never been located.
Who's?
Cleopatra's, where
Oh,
she
yes.
and where she and Mark Antony are entombed.
Taking a little bit of this storm blue. This little one is requiring a lot of little layers. And that's a-okay with me. She's so cute. Bella is just snoring up a storm today. You can see how it starts to really blend in with that purple and bring it to a whole totally different shade. At least she's not having any puppy nights. She's just being Bella. Every time I go on cam or whatever, there she is snoring.
Now Kitty says maybe Nefertiti, and you had brought that up.
I definitely had brought her up.
Judith loves the idea of Nefertiti. I kind of like the idea of Sekhmet.
Who's that?
Sekhmet was the lion goddess. She was a war goddess. Have you ever seen a real mummy, Lady Heather?
Yes.
Creepy.
Very creepy. I believe it was back at the Heard Museum, was it not?
Oh,
Growing up?
we've seen one there. Yeah.
Believe also could have been the Smithsonian Institute too. I think that's very much possible. I know I saw the Hope Diamond, although that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was wild.
I saw the mummy of a woman at the Phoenix Art Museum. 3,600 years old.
Wow. We're just taking our time, having fun, a little bit of chit chat on this one, just doing, might as well say here, a lot of little layers. My hands, I want to be able to color, so I'm doing this very lightly. For those of you who have hand issues, you understand what I'm talking about. It's better to go light instead of just powerhouse your colors down, and then you're done coloring. That's pretty much about the size of it. Let me see these purples in here. See, do you have
Wasn't there that great purple in the original Black Widow set?
Yeah, that's my the one that I used. Pastel purple. That was one of the base colors. It's really bright and just chipper.
Kitty says she went to Egypt in 1997 and she saw the mummies in the museum in Cairo and the Valley of the Kings.
Wow. I should have been an archaeologist. Go in there and dig it up. Yes. And then when something pops out, I go, wah! And run the other way.
Tavissa says that she has periods where she can't color for a while because she's so heavy-handed and have hand issues.
Light.
You can always go darker, but it's really hard to go
Nope,
darker.
don't tell her that. She colors dark to light. Amazingly. And you can see, working in your piece all over consistently. I mean, you see I'm doing this all, all over. Makes your piece very even too. That's another thing you really need to watch. So, that being said, okay, I'm missing my pencils again. When you can't find something, go for it. I'm using my, that's Black Widow. That is not my Midnight. Ugh. My Midnight. Look at this. It's the most loved pencil. Good thing I have a backup. Trying not to sharpen any of my pencils today because I know where my pencil sharpener is going.
Davissa says anytime she tries to do light to dark, hers doesn't work out for her.
That is really bizarre. I know it's hard color dark to light. I've always done light to dark. But it's fascinating actually.
Well, when you paint acrylics, you go from dark to light, don't you?
No, I do not.
Well, see, oils, you do dark to light.
Not necessarily. Unless I do undertones. I've always done light to dark. I have my Midnight on here. The reason why I'm adding all these layers like this is I'm going to use my Gamsol to blend it out. So I want to get as much of the work done. As my hands are definitely not up for burnishing. And you can see I'm being very careful here. So you have your dark because it's hidden by her head. Okay. So you've done that onto her ear. It comes up at a peak and dips in that valley. So make sure you get your shadows right. I really think my favorite overall Black Widow pencil is the Midnight, though, for this kind of stuff. And then next week will be week number 7, The Mummy. And then, well, week number 8 is full of surprises, including finding out what actually happened to, or who that was underneath the mask when Jones met with Lady Heather. So that's week 8. And I believe we're going to have a Halloween. Haven't selected a date, either Friday night or a Saturday, because I'm sure plenty of you are not going to be trick-or-treating. So I might just go ahead and do that Friday or Saturday night, or could do it Sunday. Could do it Sunday on the Day of the Dead.
There we do.
There we do.
There we do.
There we do. You hear it now. There we do.
How are your hands holding up, Lady Heather?
They're working. We'll leave it at that.
Now, see, I thought she needed red eyes.
She's not done yet. She's just a little baby flitter.
Marianne says we can do the trick-or-treating in here.
Yes. Maybe we should have a treasure hunt. Oh, that would be so cool!
This month or next month?
No, okay, so I don't know. Okay, how many things? No, I still say November 1st.
You mean like a scavenger hunt?
That's it.
Okay.
Scavenger hunt. See, you knew what I was thinking. That would be so totally cool. Or a mystery. Well, no, we're saving that for the week 8. Oh, look at her little wings! They look really so cute. For those of you who are coloring now, what colors are you doing? Are you following along with me? Are you creating your own?
Well, Carl's coloring along, but I think everybody else is following along.
Okay.
She's really taking form, Lady Heather.
Thank you. Now you can see I'm bringing up the light. See, that's why I kept it white, so it really makes it really stand out.
Everybody liked your title card with the special effects and colors, too.
Yay! Uh-oh, we got really quiet. I'm into coloring her ears, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Tavissa's going to
no
color
noise.
her tonight, and Kitty's following along. She loves to see you color.
Oh, thank you. Now, I really want to pay attention to this one ear, and you can see this powder blue, how it's going over. Look how light it's making this ear, and kind of, dreamy and kind of glowy. Is glowy a word? It's my word. I'm really digging like the no line, even though this has lines right now. The no line, the no show. What is no show? No lines. No line coloring. No, there's something in the crafting world. Is it no show? No lines.
I don't remember the term, but
I don't know.
I think it looks better too.
Kitty or DeVis will know. Yeah, the black line, and you can, when you get the line art, you can go ahead and turn down your settings, like set it on draft, or I think you can even do it %, and you can print it out so your lines are kind of softer and stuff. And then you have that like no line art. We're going to take a quick break here for a moment, and we'll be right back. All right. Thank you for bearing with us. And you take a little break there. And let's see. I want to go ahead. Now, I'm not going to keep her eyes blue. But I want to get. There we go. So we can go ahead and see the blue. And going ahead, I think this is lavender. Like I said, I'm not going to bring out the Gamsol today. I might even continue this tomorrow if we don't finish it. Or just post it up afterwards. Because I know my hands and that are not going to withstand all this. I had to take a little break there to work out my hands. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's just par for the course. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of purple in here. Remember, for each layer that you lay down on top of one another, it creates a deeper and richer I'm drawing a blank.
Color? Texture?
Yes, color. That's it. Thank you.
Marianne says she's so cute and adorable.
Thank you. I want to go ahead and, since this side is further away from the crystal ball, it's going to be darker than this side here. I'll show you that in a minute.
Carl asks, Lady Heather, you mentioned once that you got your love of art from your dad. What does your mother do? Is she an artist also?
My mom, let's see. Well, she runs the house. Also a terrific businesswoman, legal assistant, or so forth. I'm not going to say. Yeah, she was a skift racer too, I believe, and now they own their own company, doing insurance inspections. So she's, yeah, she runs the household. That's the main job. But she has a lot of creative. Let me say, she may not draw, okay, but she's really, really creative. And she was an awesome homeroom mother. Made great cook. Made some yummy desserts. Remember those forgotten kisses in school, growing up?
What,
those
the meringues?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Those are good. Those are really, really good.
I remember she always had the best cake at the cakewalks we would have in school.
Oh yeah. But I mean, she did. What was the question?
What does your mother do? Is she an artist also?
No, but she's very creative person. Like she's more into decorating and that than drawing. I'm having a flashback now about my mom and Christmas. I can't say Christmas. I can't say Christmas yet. No! But I can tell a story that would be appropriate for this time of year. So, I know a lot of you don't like spiders or anything, but this is, I'll have to say the Christmas story for when we do our Christmas live stream. Anyway, but I will say, here we are. This wasn't around Halloween. I can't remember what time it was, but what holiday season it was. But this is good for Halloween. So she's sitting there. God, I can't even remember the whole entire story, other than she was sitting in her rocking chair by the front door, and did she just get her hair done? I can't remember. All of a sudden, she's okay, and she had like a gazillion baby spiders, like just all over.
Oh,
That was
I've had that happen. That's scary.
it was so bad.
All these little strands of web, and all of a sudden you're covered in
And
baby
then
spiders.
she was in the house, don't know where it came from. Okay, I'm almost tempted to tell the Christmas story now. I
Save it for Christmas.
All right, I'll say it for Christmas.
So
yeah, but
Marianne says she looks almost a bit like a cartoon that her grandkids are watching in Denmark called the Transylvanians, and their little girl looks a lot like this little one. It's a small
Aw.
bat girl too. I've Googled it and I couldn't even find the images.
I don't know. I've never heard of it. This is creepy, bad girl. Look at my Transylvania accent. Oh, I'm still stuck on the spiders. I don't know why I thought of that. Oh, plus my mom could sew. Growing up, I used to dance and enter beauty pageants and talent contests and dancing competitions and all this. And oh, she made some killer costumes. So yeah, she's creative in just a different way, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and we're just...
So Marianne's going to share that link for us.
Cool. This should be fun. I'm having to take off my glasses right now, so I'm going to be coloring blind here. Okay. Where's that purple that I had? That's my plum pudding.
That's the color I was thinking of, plum pudding.
No, I need that light purple. Oh, there it is. This is really good. I can see. No, I can't. Oh yeah, it's one of these days. Okay. So we have lots of colors here, and you can see as it, you know, since this is the lighting source, and as you get further back, the darker it gets. We have this nice graduated coloring. Remember, when we ink it out with the Gamsol, or ink it out, when we blend it out with the when we blend it out with the Gamsol, this will really, really blend out nicely. But I wanted to get a nice even coat down on the paper. The better layer you have when you add your Gamsol, the better off you'll be when you're blending. I'm going to come back in here with my blue again. And you can see how it makes a nice graduated blend as you fade up into it. I tell you, we're not going to finish this image, so we're going to either have to come back live again during the week or something, or finish it and post the taped version of it here, because I'm fading fast. Thank you, MS. I'm going to go a little longer here. I just don't want to, I want you to see the bulk of her done here.
I'm looking at your line art compared to your colored image, and the difference is stark.
Thanks.
It really is beautiful.
But you can see how lots of little layers are the key to something like this. Now, see, I'm looking forward to seeing your all colorings. I'm looking forward to seeing how Davissa's going to color hers from dark to light, because that really does fascinate me. I've tried that. We did that on the Scarecrow Boy in a lot of areas here. Okay.
I had a dream about Scarecrow Boy. He's creepy.
No. He's just a little oddity. Okay. Glasses back on here. We come back up here with this blue. This is denim. Really a sweet color.
Glinda says she looks so cute, a mischievous Batgirl.
Yes, indeed. Stealing the fortune teller's crystal ball.
Now, why would she steal the fortune teller's crystal ball?
Because it has magic powers, she thinks. At least that's what was going on in my head when I drew her. I really, really like this character. I really, 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 really do. I can see a lot of Flit. Oh, I've drawn a lot of Flitter.
Whoa, with your Batty Bats.
I know, for my Midnight Coloring book that is
Oh.
soon to be released.
I like the one picture with the balloons.
Oh, with her? But she's got a twin.
We all float here.
Oh, that's It. The movie It.
I know.
We all float here. That's it. That's Pennywise. But see, this is just a laid back coloring. I mean, there's just, she's fun. You can get lost in her, and you can wondering what she's doing, just floating there. She's obviously trying to cover up the fact that she's got this ball, this crystal ball. Once again for a color. Or scratch sheet of paper out. No, that is not it.
Davissa says she's beautiful, and Marianne says she's gorgeous. Some of your works take on a life of their own. They do.
Thank you.
And she looks best without the black lines.
Thanks.
Now just picture her on gray colored paper.
Oh, she would be fun on that. Have a lot of fun.
I have a feeling that Rhodey's going to visit Carl tonight.
You do?
Yep. Pockets full of pine cones.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you, he's off running amok. Amok, amok, amok.
Marianne says, that's what's fascinating, to watch how it develops under your hands and getting to live.
Thank you. Well, I was asked by several people if we were going to continue the live streams. Yes, not on an every week basis until, once this is done with. But yes, we will, especially with the pandemic and the uncertain things in the world. I'm trying to keep a little bit of happiness and fun out there. Okay, I want to go to this crystal ball.
Vanessa says he's dead, murdered. Poor Rhodey.
Rhodey.
That means the ghost of Rhodey will visit Carl.
Okay, so you want to make your inside of your ball darker. Then as you come out, it'll be lighter. Watch out for her hand. Now, with this being said, for those of you wondering, the tablecloth will be, I want the pillow kind of bluey purple, or yeah, kind of that fuchsia. The tablecloth is going to be kind of reminiscent of the crystal ball color, with the yellows and the pinks and the oranges. And the curtains are going to be pretty much a deeper magenta with kind of hints of this orange going through. So it's a nice kind of consistency. When you do the ball and stuff like this, as it gets lighter, and I'm just doing a quick rough in here. So you have this. Yes.
Glenda says she likes the fact there's no right or wrong way to color her.
Nope.
Your tutorials have given her the push she needed to experimentally step out of her comfort zone.
Excellent. See, that's what I love to hear. So now you have this glow. So you want to go ahead and add this glow a little bit into her face and onto her eyelid, up into her ear, just a little, into her fur. That's why I left it white. So then when you come out in here, really light, going to bring a little bit of this yellow into her wing. Kind of keep it more white around there. But see, in order to make this really stand out, I want to add a little bit of pink. The ball is far from being done. Got some of her outfit there. Bella is just having a good old time snoring.
She's dreaming about bacon.
Bacon.
I still think that's her favorite food, bacon. This little dog jumps up on my footstool when she smells dinner cooking, because she knows if she sits here and looks cute that she's going to get bites of my dinner.
Well, some bites.
Yeah,
like,
but
yeah, her boiled chicken.
Her prepared bites, she thinks it's what I'm eating too. So, and she gets mouthy if I don't feed her.
Mouthy isn't the word for it. So you want to kind of outline the ball. And like I said, this ball is not done by all means.
Vanessa says her hubby is also he must get mouthy if he doesn't get fed. I don't know anybody like that.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to do a little more on her eye, and then I'm going to have to sign off. I am not. That's about all we're going to do today. What was I going to say? Figure during the week I'll go ahead and either come back live, I'll make an announcement, or just go ahead and finish it and post it. My apologies in advance, but I wanted to get as far as I possibly could today.
Marianne says bacon can also save any bad day, and any nightmare will vanish if we get bacon. Bacon can save anything. Bacon is carnivore candy.
Oh, indeed. Well, she gets like a little crumb. That's about it. Okay. I hope you all had fun. Tomorrow we will be posting the promo. Like I said, we'll come back with an announcement when we're going to finish her during the week. But I wanted to get as far as I possibly could today. And I hope you've had fun. I have had fun. Tom?
I've had a great time.
Great time. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you who came out and joined me today. Don't forget our contest rules. As I said, we'll post them again tomorrow when the promo goes live. Thank you for tuning in. My apologies for not being able to go any further with this right now. And let's see, next Sunday, 3 o'clock is our mummy. And like I said, we'll finish this up during the week and so forth. I hope you had fun. We're over halfway done.
Yeah.
With this. So have a good day. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me. And until next time, bye for now.
See y'all later. Bye-bye.